Hey,
Good
hey,
morning,
Chris.
guys and girls. Rob, along with Keith, we got Chris Henry here. We got a couple other guys here too with us here this morning. TJ
We got
Hardy
Hannah
is
with
here
us.
with us.
We got
Huh?
Hannah with us.
We got
Hannah, my
Hannah with
cat,
us
is with
too.
us.
Yeah. Joe Burrow is out for the year, and so is the guy for the Browns. He's out for the year as well.
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson. That's right. Um, I bought.
And
I
Kirk,
found.
Kirk Cousins is, of course, we already knew about that.
Yeah, well, he's going to try to come back by the end of the year, but I don't really think
I don't know about that.
they're not hoping it. I don't think.
Was it only a partial tear of his Achilles, or was it a full?
I thought it was a total tear, and if it's a total tear, most times you're not even back within a year. Most times
Yeah.
14, 15 months. So we'll see what's happening there.
You think there's going
Um,
to be, without naming any names, how many? Do you think there's going to be more quarterbacks that suffer career end, or
oh man, I'll
season-ending
tell you
injuries?
what. With first thing the NFL needs to do. First thing the NFL needs to do is regulate the turf or the grass. If you're going to have
That's
grass,
not going to
try to
happen.
get try to make it where all the teams use the same type of grass. All of them use the same type. It can you can grow it in any of these places that have a dome. They can grow grass. That's not a problem. It stays warm enough. It stays enough light. They can do it. But I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Any
I don't
big upsets today? You think,
doesn't have
Chris?
injuries.
I think so. I think so. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Um,
I don't
we're
know.
going to go to the NFL first. We're going to go to the NFL just for a couple minutes. Steelers and Browns. Me and Keith both like the Steelers this week. The Browns are still favored by a point. Even with Watson out, they're still favored by a point. I don't see it. Um, with Watson, they got some legs. They can run around, do a couple of things with. But boy, oh boy, yeah. Defensive wise, I still think the Steelers are better defensively than the Browns. I think they're both really good. But a point going the other way, there's no way. I like the Steelers. Keith picked the Steelers as well. Now, the Dolphins and Raiders. This is interesting right here. The Dolphins are 14-point favorites going into tomorrow's game. 14. Um, yeah, I heard about RG3 trying to get a tryout with the Browns.
Wasn't he
I
with
heard,
them once already?
huh?
Wasn't he with that team once already?
Yeah, I think he played with them once, and I think Kaepernick actually tried to contact him for real. Um, 14 points tomorrow. Is that too many? Is that too many points to give up if you're taking the Dolphins? You picked the Dolphins against the Raiders. They're at home. I think it's at 85 degrees tomorrow. Um, is
Yeah,
this is that
I wouldn't give up that many.
you wouldn't?
I wouldn't. No.
Uh, I don't have a problem doing it. I think I would take the Dolphins minus 14 before I take the Raiders in
I
this
think the
game.
Dolphins are capable of covering it, but I don't know.
Aiden O'Connell starting, and they've pretty much told Garoppolo you're not playing unless he gets hurt. So they don't want him coming off the bench. They want O'Connell being their starter. We'll see what happens.
I just have
Um,
a feeling it'd be closer than that.
it could be, but I like the Dolphins to run away with this game. I really do. I think they're going to run away with it. We'll see what happens. Lions and Bears. Me and Keith both like the Lions this week. 7 and a hook. 7 and a hook. Um, I don't have a problem taking the Lions, giving up 7.5 against the Bears at Detroit. What? How
Fields
about
is
you?
back.
Who?
I think Fields is back.
I think so too, and I even more so. The other kid scares me a little more because he throws the ball 50 or 60 yards. He can really throw the ball. He's got a better arm than Fields has got. Seven and a
Not
half.
according to the Bears media. They say he doesn't have much of an arm and that they don't throw it down the field with him.
Yeah, they don't get him a chance to. 7.5. 7.5. If you had that line in front of you, which team would you take? Would you take the Bears plus the 7.5, or would you take
I
the Lions and,
I think I would. Yeah, I think I would take the 7.5 points.
and take the Bears? You think it's going to be within a touchdown in
Yeah,
Detroit? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think. I think this is a total blowout. I really do. I said 41-17. I'm not even sure it'll be that close. I really like the
And you
Lions.
might be right. I mean, if the Bears' offensive line doesn't do anything to stop guys like Hutchinson coming through the line,
And they've got their running game now.
that could be a
They got their running game coming back this week. The Lions
take
do.
off
They've got
and burn them a couple times.
they're starting to run in football. Jags are a 7-point favorite at home against the Titans. I don't have a problem. I'll give up a 7. The Jags cannot be as bad as they were last week. They were rotten last week. Who was that? Was it the Niners that beat the hell out of them? I believe it was. I believe the Niners beat the living shit out of them. 34-3. 34-3 in Jacksonville. And then Jacksonville's staying at home this week. I got them winning this game 28-17. 7 points.
Liberty's playing UMass today?
Yeah. Yep. And I want to say the ESPN is going to be at James Madison today. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
ESPN. Let's see if they are. I think they're at James Madison. That's in Harrisonburg, Virginia.
UCLA's playing USC today. Now that could be interesting.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I see that
UCLA,
now.
I think probably has more of a defense than what USC does. Most teams
But
do.
USC definitely has as good an offense as almost anybody in the country.
Yeah.
Jags Titans. Will
That
it stay
might be
with
a
them?
game for Chip Kelly's job, huh?
Chip Kelly. I'm already hearing he's going to get fired, or has he already gotten fired? He already got fired. I think he already got fired. He's already gotten fired. Chip Kelly got fired already.
Yeah, I really like Penix. Now, some people are saying, "Oh, his completion percentage hasn't been that great the last
Chip Kelly,
3 or 4
UCLA.
games," but I like him. I really do.
Hey, Keith.
Huh? Oh, okay.
He's already been fired. He got fired last week. Yeah, so don't have to worry about his job.
I thought I saw a few days ago like he was just really on a hot seat, but
yeah, he's out of there. Right now the Jags are 7-point favorites against the Titans. Who would you take in that one? Titans +7, or would you give up a touchdown and take it?
I wouldn't touch that game, but if just my opinion,
I would take a Jags and give up 7. I think in this game.
Levis just makes that kind of tough because I like Levis too. I don't know that he's really clicking yet as far as.
And they're saying this week if he doesn't play well, they're going to bench him. They've already said they're going to bench him if he doesn't come out.
Jaguars
play him.
Yeah, I mean the Jaguars might win by about 10. I mean the Titans' running game really hasn't been.
And you picked the Chargers against the Packers. Chargers only a 3-point favorite.
Yeah, Packers.
I'll lay 3. I'll lay 3. Take a Chargers.
Packers offense just isn't doing much of anything.
Yeah. Cardinals and Texans. Texans are a 6-point favorite at home. With the way Stroud's pitching the ball right now, I will give up a 6. I'll take the Texans here against the Cardinals.
I heard he could be an MVP candidate this year.
Yeah. And the Cardinals have their quarterback.
Finally, maybe we can declare Ohio State has produced a good quarterback.
Yeah, that's at James Madison. They're at James Madison today. And their game's supposed to start at 2 o'clock. The game's not sold out yet. Game not sold out.
Did you send Tim an invite?
I did not send Tim an invite.
I can forward it. I'll forward it to him.
All right, go ahead. So Texans tomorrow -6. Who would you take in that one? Give up 6 and take
repeat that. I'm looking at my email.
Texans -6, Cardinals +6. Oh, he's working. He's working till noon.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we got you there, Tim. So 6. I'll take it.
I mean, I know that what's his name is back, Kyler Murray, but I still like the Texans in that.
Yep. Cowboys 10.5-point favorites going to Carolina. That could be a 30-point game at halftime.
It could be.
I'd give up 10.5. I wouldn't have a problem.
Here's the
How about
thing.
you?
The NFL has been every game they has some really strange results.
Yeah. The
Lions have been good, and remember when they went to Baltimore, they got destroyed.
Yeah. Do you think Carolina keeps us within 11 points in 60 minutes time against Dallas? I just can't see it.
I think it's possible, just not likely. I think
I don't think it's likely either. And this next one right here just gets me. Commanders are 9-point favorites against the Giants.
Yeah, because
the last time the Commanders won by 9 points, they weren't the Commanders. They were the Redskins. They hadn't won a game by 9 points since they changed their name.
They didn't used to do it very often then either.
No, they didn't. But when they did,
Super Bowl winning year,
right? Super Bowls about it. I would take a Giants in the 9 points in a heartbeat right here. How about you? I would.
I think I would take a chance and give the points in this game. Yeah, Washington has traded two of their defensive tackles away. Their defense is still playing okay. The pass defense could be a problem.
They're playing better.
Pass defense could be a problem. It has been like in games against the Bears, but
Danny DeVito.
Tyrod Taylor isn't playing in this game like he did.
Danny DeVito, yeah, it's Danny DeVito, yeah.
Whatever his first name is, I don't remember, but I think I would go if I was going to give that many points for the Commanders, this would be the game to do it. I think I would. I wouldn't bet on it. There's a lot of games that I wouldn't bet on, and this one was one of those that I wouldn't. But just an opinion. The prediction, I'll say they'll
49ers are 12-point favorites against the Buccaneers, and they're at home. I'm like, yes.
Who's that? Who's at home?
49ers are at home, heading back home. Tampa's going all the way out to the West Coast. If I'm giving 12 points up to, this is a team. This is a team I'll do it with. The 49ers
team that I just haven't had an understanding of really all year
long. They play well sometimes.
When I don't expect much out of them, they play tough. When I think that they're going to be competitive, then they just
I'm like this.
Kind of play more like the team I think they are.
I'm not worried about the Bucs as much as I am the Niners. I'm going with the Niners with the probability that they're going to go out here and put 35 on the board. I think they'll do it.
The Niners have a lot of weapons, and Purdy is capable of playing great. He did it for a couple of weeks. He might have had an injury or something that was still kind of lingering there.
They had their bye. They had their bye, and then it went on the road and beat a good Jacksonville team. This Tampa team is not as good as Jacksonville. I think they stomp.
I had their low point of the season. They might be now ascending again. So I would think I would give the points on that one.
Yeah. Jets and Bills. The Bills are at home. The Bills played like garbage last week. Chris Henry Jr. says, when are the Bills going to wake up? This is the time if they're ever going to do it. I realize the Jets have a good defense, a very good defense.
But look, the
thing is, when you're on the field for 80 plays, it's hard to win. The Bills are 7-point favorites. I'd give it 7. I'll give it 7 here. I think the Bills are more than a touchdown better than this team. I really do. They're at home. They're at home. It's supposed to snow too. It's supposed to snow up there.
Yeah,
chance of it.
They did lose the opening game against them. Rodgers
in New York and Rodgers got hurt and all that. I'd take the Bills here -7. What about you?
Yeah, I just don't see the Jets doing much on
yeah. The next one's Seahawks and the Rams. And me and Keith both, Keith took the Rams. I took the Seahawks. Rams are a 1-point favorite. If they're a 1-point favorite, I'm sure he's willing to give a point up and take the Rams. I'd take the point. 1 point's really, that's a pick 'em to me. Yeah. I don't think the Rams win this game by 1 point. I don't think Seattle wins it by 1 point. I think it's going to be more than that. It might be a field goal either way, but
to me, the Rams are they're a team that can play close with a lot of teams. I mean, they just they might little more often than not come up on the short end, but they're a team that you don't want to take them lightly.
No, and the one thing about Seattle, they do travel. Their defense travels. It's all a matter of their quarterback. If he can come out there, Geno Smith can come out and not turn the ball over. I think they win. If he turns the ball over, they're probably going to get beat. But -1. I'm not even going to ask Keith that one. Keith takes the Rams. I take the Seahawks in this game. I would not bet this game. Not a chance. The next one, Sunday night. How about this? The Vikings at the Broncos, and the Broncos are favored by 2.5 points. I don't see this. I don't see it. The Broncos, who has been more of a Jekyll and Hyde team than these son of bitches? I mean, first 5 games of the year, they came
improving though.
They are getting better, yes. But this is a team, the first 5 games of the year, they didn't know they didn't even know how to hold a football, much less throw a football.
Yeah, I have concerns about the Vikings here because I did pick them, but yeah, Dobbs has been playing okay for him. But again, I don't know that they really have much of a running game. They're probably kind of one-dimensional. It's probably however Dobbs plays is how the offense is going to do.
2.5 points. I think they win by more than a field goal. I would lay the 2.
Their defense is. It's hard for me to judge their defense, how good it is. It's not terrible, probably about average.
So you getting points, though. You're getting points.
Yeah. Wilson's kind of he's coming around under Peyton, and
he's playing better.
Yeah, I think Denver's got a legitimate chance to win that game. I'm just kind of thinking. I think Dobbs will probably make a play or two enough to.
I think if Vikings more than ever are NFC playoff.
Yeah, I'm not real comfortable. I mean, that's one of those games I was kind of could have gone either way with it. Honestly, yeah. I could have even given the points on that if I thought about it long enough. But I'll stick with what I said. I'll go with the Vikings.
Yeah, and you get points too on top of that. Eagles and the Chiefs the same way. I took the Eagles. I think they win straight up. I get 2.5 points. I love it. In this case, you would have to give up 2.5 to take the Chiefs.
I picked the Chiefs, and I just have a feeling that their defense is going to cause a couple of mistakes that's going to help them win this game.
You see, I feel just the opposite way. I feel like that 87 is going to be like, I think they're going to double him. And they're going to force other people to beat him. And that's what I think.
Well, Mahomes does spread the ball around.
He does that well, but the fact is, if 87 didn't catch at least 5 passes, they haven't won. They have not won. They've lost every game that he did not catch at least 5 passes. And so if he's a difference maker, he really is a difference maker. And I think that team is going to count on a lot of catches by 87. Have you got any lines for today for the college?
I can get them. But right now, what's your not necessarily this is going to be the Super Bowl. Who do you think's the favorite though right now?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Chat. If you're in here, chat. All you folks in here.
I would think that the Ravens are probably the favorite in the AFC right now,
and maybe San Francisco.
Well, San Francisco or Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I
don't. Something tells me the Cowboys will find a way to lose. Something tells me the Cowboys find a way to lose. What I like about the Niners is I think they travel pretty well, and they've got so much talent right now. The Eagles they're offensive
too, though.
Do what?
Eagles have some talent too. I mean, they
do.
I don't know if their running game is quite as good.
I think the Ravens could go, which right now they wouldn't have to. I think they could go to Kansas City and beat Kansas City if they had to. I just think they could. It's pretty.
Yeah, and the Lions are a team we can't forget about.
Yeah, you can
But
go to sleep on the Lions, and I tell you what, don't go to sleep on the Jags either. The Jaguars, they're a team that nobody knows a lot about. You don't know a lot of their names and stuff. But one thing about it, they've beaten some good teams this year. They really have.
and some people might not trust Jason Goff, but what's his first name?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Jason Goff was the name of a radio sports show producer
Oh,
that
okay. I don't
I
know
used to listen
that.
to in Chicago. But remember, he's played in a Super Bowl already.
Yeah.
They lost to the Patriots. What was it, 13-10 or something like that? Or
how about this too? Don't forget, don't lay down on the Steelers yet. I mean, Steelers, their offense, if they could get any kind of offense at all, they could be really
keeps
tough.
them in games. I don't know if they can make the playoff run deep enough to get to the
I
Super
don't know.
Bowl. They're going to be in a wild card game to start with, so they'd have to win 3 tough games to get to a Super Bowl.
And right now, if they win this weekend, they're first place. They're in first place if they win this weekend.
I mean, a team like the Bills, they could get hot at the right time and all of a sudden look like the team we think they are once the playoffs come around. Probably not likely.
I don't trust the Bills. I don't trust.
They have a lot of speed on offense. They can be explosive. They've got a couple running backs. I don't know if I trust their defense.
Right.
Ravens have a defense. They can really just hit the ground, at the opening start of the game, opening kickoff, and just put you in a hole like 2 or 3 scores down quick, and just keep coming at you. I don't see that with other teams in the AFC right now. A team that can just get up on you and just keep beating on you like the Ravens can do.
And the Browns and the Bengals both have lost a quarterback this week. Now, if you want to believe Cleveland radio, they're saying that Tom Brady is in touch with them and all that type of stuff. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. I don't think Tom Brady. Yeah, I don't think so. I just don't. And if that's the case, look, think about it. Would you go to Cleveland or would you go to Cincinnati if you had the choice? Now, obviously, Cincinnati don't have the offensive line that some of these other teams do, but boy, Cleveland's. Cincinnati has so much more talent. I think offensively, if they have Chase in there playing and everything, but I don't know. I'll tell you what. If he went to Cleveland, it would be very, very interesting. It would be interesting because Browns worked out Joe Flacco. I don't want Tom Brady within 400 miles of Cleveland unless with Fox. Is he calling games for Fox now, Brady?
No, he's off this year. I think it's next year he might be doing that.
Yeah, I didn't think he was doing nothing this year. Maybe Keith can get some lines for us here real quick, and we'll see.
Sorry, I meant to do.
Get that Michigan. I've got most of the top 25 right here. I'm gonna eat a little apple pie. This is a big giant apple pie right here that I bought. It's even called the mini apple pie.
Yeah, Michigan. It says
they're going to Maryland. I would say Michigan is probably 25-point favorites.
They're 18.5.
18.5. Michigan minus 18.5.
Yeah.
I jump on Michigan in this ball game. I think they're playing against the world right now. They really are. I think their coach is going to get fired, or if he don't get fired, he's going to leave. I think he's got 2 or 3 more games in him this year, and that is it.
Yeah.
And then, does he go to
probably? They had a close game against Penn State. I have a feeling they're going to probably
blow Maryland
statement this week and try to.
I think so too.
Maryland's not a terrible team, but they're just probably overmatched in terms of talent.
And then the huge news coming out of LA this week. Was it Dan Patrick's show? Somebody's show I was watching said that the Chargers are waiting until the end of the year to fire their coach so they can get Harbaugh out there.
Uh-huh.
Harbaugh to LA, that would be interesting. That really would be. I'll tell you what, if he could bring that kind of flavor over to that team.
Maybe he could bring a fan base to that team.
And then, the obvious place for him to go would be Vegas. But I think they're going to get. I think they're going to get.
Speaking of Vegas, I saw the MLB owners was it unanimously approved the A's
Right.
moving to
So
Vegas.
the A's are gone. The A's have left Oakland. They're in Vegas now. But
Do they have a stadium that's being planned to be built for them there? Is it what? I mean, how long into the future would that be? They don't have something to play in right now, right?
I don't know. I don't know how that.
Do they still have an agreement with Oakland Coliseum for any length of time?
I don't know. I thought they were leaving right here in the off season. I think they got a place to play. I think they have a stadium out there too. I don't know. It might be UNLV's place, but they could use that for 2 or 3 years if they wanted to.
Yeah, I have a feeling there would have to be a stadium deal put together. I haven't heard of I'm not aware of a baseball stadium that would be like MLB
ready. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as far as your how many fans could get there? Because I mean, stop and think about it. What team plays around there right now that draws a huge fan?
And that's the thing, though. Right now, Oakland, average. What was that? The average last year, 11,000. The only team that averaged less.
Yeah, but you got to have a stadium that's big enough. Stadium will most likely be ready in 2028.
So they'll be playing in Oakland next year. Okay. Okay. They could play in Vegas's minor league stadium. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that, and then like I say, Tom Brady owns part of the Raiders. That would make perfect sense to get Harbaugh to go there. So who knows? I think Harbaugh leaves after this year. He's got too much. He got too much smoke blowing up his ass right now. Not that it's not going to go wherever he goes, because he brings the fire with him, and the smoke comes along with him. But I think it's a good chance that he's gone after this season, and we'll see what happens. Next coach to be fired, I'll go this way. If Washington loses this week, I'll go on record right now and saying by Wednesday next week, he's gone. Wednesday next week, he is gone. If he lose this week, Rivera is gone by Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. He can't make it. He cannot survive that one.
Yeah, I agree, Tim. I don't think the NFL is going to want to try to make that stadium.
No. They won't play that way. No.
Finally we got where every stadium doesn't have the football team doesn't have the NFL infield. Yeah. Which there used to be a lot of stadiums like that, but even
what other teams you got?
Louisville at Miami. I'll tell you right up front, Miami home against Louisville today. Louisville's probably favorite, and I like the Hurricanes to win this game.
I do too. I picked them 33-28. I think they win the ball game outright. Louisville, yeah, you beat Notre Dame. That's been a few weeks ago.
Was it West Virginia they turned around and got beat by or something? Was it the next week?
Who, Louisville?
Yeah, the next week they lost.
Pitt.
That's right. Okay.
Pitt beat them.
And it was soundly, wasn't it?
I want to say about 25 or more. Yeah, they got the hell beat out of them. Yeah, they got beat bad. Who else you got?
Oh, it's 38-21.
Yeah. Who else you got? Don't give us the lines. Just give us the teams you got.
Well, Penn State's home against Rutgers.
Penn State, Rutgers. I'll say Penn State is a 27-point favorite.
No, that's high. That's
how much?
19.5.
19.5.
Rutgers is 6-4, so they're bowl eligible.
Still, 19.5 points. I would take Penn State and give up 20 right now. I would do it. Who would you take in that one? Penn State, they've been wearing everybody else that they can beat up. Their little brother. The ones that can't beat up, they can't beat.
I don't think I would give up that many points to Rutgers.
All right, so Keith, takes plus the points, and Rob will take Penn State here. Who else you got there? Who else you got?
Oklahoma goes to BYU.
BYU. Oh boy, you know what? This one right here. This people say, well, BYU sucks this year. BYU. This is a trip up game for every was one. I'll say Oklahoma's probably 11-point favorites.
You're not even close.
18.
No, you're still not very close.
23.
That's getting close. 25.5.
25.5 is no way I'd give up that many points. No way in hell. I would take those points and take BYU right now. I would take them. I would take them because they're at home.
Quarterback. BYU hasn't been really that good this year.
Nope.
I mean, Iowa State just stomped them 45-13. West Virginia stomped them 37-7. Texas stomped them 35-6. They haven't been doing good against that conference.
No, they haven't.
I give the points.
All right. So,
yeah, BYU is rolling down a hill, and I think they still need a win to get to a bowl game.
Yeah,
I'll
take BYU to cover. There's no way they win, but I'll take them to cover 25. I'll take it 25.
State. I don't know if they'll do.
I'll take the points though. And then say, who else you got?
All right, one of the real good games maybe today. Utah's at Arizona. It's number 22 visiting number 17.
And I'm going to say Utah is actually favored by 2.
No, they're a 2-point underdog.
So Arizona is favored by 2.
Yes.
Where's Mike at? Where's Mike at when we need him?
Okay, I give the 2. I like Arizona.
I like Arizona too. I do too.
Against everybody. I mean, they've lost some games they could have won in that division. They're 7-3, but that team could easily be 9-1.
They could be 9-1
easily.
Yeah, they could. You're right. They could be. They could be in the bowl conversation, top 10 in the country. Arizona could be.
Yeah, it could be a New Year's Bowl in the discussion.
I'm talking about if they were 9-1. I'm saying if they were 9-1, they would be. That's what
yeah. If they had that record, they would be.
Yeah. Who else you got there?
All right, we got North Carolina. Number 20 is at Clemson.
Yeah, this is one right here that could be trying to save Dabo Swinney's job. I'm gonna say Carolina's probably a 6.5-point favorite.
Line, you're really, really close, but you got the wrong team.
Wow.
Clemson is a 7-point favorite at home, even though they're not ranked.
I like Carolina in this game. If you're giving me 7, I will take Carolina in this ball game.
You know, I'll take the points, but I think Clemson will probably win the game.
They could.
Clemson will win it by 3 or 4 points, but I'll take the points.
They just haven't shown me nothing offensively lately. Who else you got there?
All right. Not really an exciting game here, but Wake Forest at 4-6 goes to number 19 Notre Dame.
Now, the reason this one's interesting is the quarterback's Notre Dame transferred from Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Not Sam Howell.
Hartzell or something? Hartley?
No.
What's his name?
I'll get his name in a minute. Somebody throw it up at boys and girls. Somebody throw Notre Dame.
I haven't heard it in a while.
It's Sam Hartman. Sam Hartman.
Okay.
That's his name. Man, Notre Dame's got to be a 20-point favorite at home here.
How many did you say?
20.
Not too bad. 25.
25. You know what? It's one of the last games of the season and one of the last games he's ever going to get to play. I think they cover 25 easy. I would give that. I'll take Notre Dame in this ballgame.
I'll reluctantly give the points. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot of points. And Notre Dame, I mean, I don't know that this is a real great Notre Dame team. Obviously, they lost 3 games. They lost to Louisville. They didn't look very good in that one.
Yeah.
Clemson, that was kind of a tough game for them. Wake Forest isn't probably anything like that. So honestly, I don't really know much about Wake Forest in terms of what they can
but
do.
all you got to know is 4
Notre
and 6.
Dame is at home, and Notre Dame's probably looking for somebody
The
they
four,
can
the 4 and 6 don't. The 4 and 6 don't line. You know they played some games out of
I'll
conference.
give the 25, but that is a lot.
And who else you got?
All right. Do you smell an upset here, Rob? I mean, you've kind of been trying to pick one here.
Washington, Oregon State.
No. We have the number 1 team in the country, Georgia. At number 18, Tennessee.
I'm gonna say Georgia is a 11-point favorite.
That's pretty close. 9.5.
9.5.
Any chance at all, Rob? Of that? What percentage chance would you give on an upset? 3%.
That's it. I don't think there's a.
Georgia seems to really be on a roll right now.
Tennessee didn't match up physically with Missouri. They couldn't match up physically with Missouri. Missouri, they've gotten pushed around a couple of times this year themselves. Georgia doesn't get pushed around. I saw part of that Kentucky and Tennessee game.
Probably came about as close as anybody could to beating them this year, and that was the game they escaped.
They're going to Knoxville with a reason. 9.5 points. 9.5 points is not shit. I would lay twice that. I would lay if somebody told me right now, Rob, you got $100 in your hand.
I'd probably give up about.
I'd give up 20.
I'd give up 20. I'd give up 20. By 17.
They're gonna bury this damn team. They are not going. Halftime, me and you gonna be looking at each other, and we're gonna be like, okay, what other games on TV, Rob? 52-17. I think they demolished this team. I really do. Plus, their coach doesn't help matters any when he runs his mouth and comes out and says something about something to the effect of, I don't have players that leave my team going to Georgia. They leave Georgia to come to me. I'm like, really? And he came out, Heupel or whatever his name, came out and said that shit. Wait till you win a national championship before you say some shit like that. Yeah, my players don't transfer.
Let alone your opponent winning 2 in a row, going maybe for
Georgia don't need your players, boys. Georgia don't need your players from Tennessee. Anybody from Tennessee out there watching right now, Georgia don't need you to be good. They're going to be all right. 52-17. I give them 9.5. How about you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'd probably give up about 14, maybe 15.
Yeah.
Expecting that Georgia will probably win by about 17, but.
Yeah. Who else you got there?
The game, I'm not sure really anybody cares about this one. The line is close. Illinois at Iowa.
I don't know if that's a top 20. Is that a top 25 game?
Iowa's 16.
Oh, is it? Illinois and Iowa. It's always a good ball game, man. Let me write it down. I'm gonna say Iowa's favored by 6.
Only 3.
Only 3.
Yeah, I thought it would be more.
I'd lay the 3 just because I'm not sure Illinois can get on the board against this
Iowa's
team.
got a defense. Illinois.
I'll say 17-3. I like Iowa.
Illinois probably played a couple games where they almost looked like they could be a decent team, and then they played some stinkers.
I like Iowa.
I like Iowa. I would give them 3 there. All right, I'm just curious on your line here. Minnesota at Ohio State.
Minnesota at Ohio State. Ohio State by 28.
27.5.
27.5. Okay. Yeah.
Minnesota is a big underachiever this year.
Yeah, they have not come out and played the way
they were supposed to be pretty good. They were started the season ranked 12 or 13 in the country.
They were ranked in the top 25. I don't know exactly where, but they were up there.
And they're only 5-5.
They're not going to beat this team in the horseshoe either. If they did, that would be the biggest upset in college football this year. Not happening. 51-6. I think they're going to absolutely blow their doors off. I give up 27.5. Keith?
I don't know. I have a feeling that one, Ohio State might cover it, but I think Minnesota's going to keep it under 30. And so I guess I would take the points, just hoping that they could stay within about 27.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oklahoma State's at Houston. I mean, I don't know if you're interested in that one or not.
Yeah, I got that one up. I got that one up.
All right. Houston is 4-6. Oklahoma
State.
They beat their rival, Oklahoma.
I'm going to say Oklahoma State's 12.5 point favorites.
No, they're only 6.5 point favorites. I thought it would have been more than that, too, against Houston, but
I'll lay that. I'll take that
as well. I think I would.
I'll lay that. I'll take Oklahoma State.
Let's see. Kansas State at Kansas. I think that's interesting. I was a little surprised.
I agree. Kansas lost their starting quarterback last week.
Kansas State's ranked number 21. Kansas number 25.
Is Kansas State favored now? Maybe by a point or two.
They're favored by more than a point or two.
Kansas State 6.
10.
Well,
Kansas lost their quarterback. Did you say?
Kansas lost their quarterback during last week's game.
That's the reason that
and that is exactly the reason, because Kansas, once they lost their quarterback, I want to say their offense.
7-3.
He went down in the second quarter, and they gained 33 yards the rest of the game.
Yeah,
33.
That makes my decision for me. Then I'm taking Kansas State, given those 10 points.
I would too. I would. I think I probably would have picked them to upset them anyway. But that would have been a field goal game. Then.
Another game that I think is maybe one of the most, one of the ones I'd want to see today. The undefeated Huskies of Washington, ranked number 5, go to Oregon State and play those pesky Beavers, who are ranked number 11.
And they're 2-point favorites too.
It's 1 right now, according to
-1. And you know
Oregon
what?
State, a 1.
This is
undefeated,
guys,
possibly Heisman Trophy winning quarterback team.
This is where they get beat.
Although, again,
this is where they get beat.
The media is kind of down on Penix right now. His completion percentage hasn't been great the last 4 games. I think they're leaning other ways right now, but
they get beat this week. Washington gets beat this week. Oregon State.
Happen. I'm not going to predict that, though. I'm going to predict
and in fact, how about this one, Keith?
The Beavers are not to be taken lightly.
42-31. I think they don't just beat them. I think they beat them soundly. I will take. Okay. Yes, I'm going to take Oregon State in this ballgame.
I'm going to go with Washington. I'm going to put my faith that their team does.
I hope Washington wins.
Continue the ride. To continue their ride to a possible.
Yeah, I hope they do. But if they lose, then Pac-12 gets no teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't that be some shit? Right. After all that, and that's what would happen.
All right, Missouri's given 9, or not. Forget that. That's not.
That's all right. That's okay.
Missouri's ranked number 9. That is what I meant to say. They're home against Florida.
Missouri. Oh, okay, Missouri, and they probably are a 10-point favorite.
12.5.
12.5, and they got Florida coming to town.
Yeah.
I think his defense is the top 10 defense in the country. Talking about Missouri. What's our record now? Are they 7-2?
They're 8-2.
8-2. They're going to be 9-2. They're going to win this game big, man.
Real Florida just doesn't seem to show itself. I don't know.
No, I'm going to say 44. I'm going to say 44-20. I'll take Missouri.
Yeah,
12.5.
In Missouri, I don't know. Florida travel.
12.5.
Yeah. Number 7, Texas at Iowa State. Iowa State, one of the teams that rolled big over BYU, as I read that.
I'm gonna say Texas. I'm gonna say Texas is favored by 3.
They like them a little more than that. They're giving up 7.5.
Guess what? Another upset right here. I'm taking Iowa State to win this ball game, 22-18. Iowa State has a defense. I think they're going to stop Texas. Ewers this week he twisted his ankle again. We're going to see if he's going to be able to play again. He played last week, but we'll see what happens this week. I'm taking Iowa State
points. I definitely take those points for Iowa State. And I think I'm with you on that. I think Iowa State will win that game.
Yep, I like them. I hope to watch this game. I really do. I hope to get to watch it. Have you got North Alabama, Florida State?
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Florida State's North 4. They're home against North Alabama. North Alabama, a team that's won 3 of their 10 games.
31. I'm going to say
those wins. Those wins, by the way, over Chattanooga, who's playing Alabama today, 41-27. At Tennessee Tech, the mighty Tennessee Tech, whatever they are, 20-7. And a thrilling, maybe the game of the year win at home against Utah Tech.
Not just
Remember
Utah.
the last time we talked about Utah Tech?
Never.
Right. 31-30.
I'm going to say Florida State's 31-point favorite. That might be low.
Well, you're a little low.
43.
You're still a little low.
50.
You're a little high now.
48.
48.5.
40.
They had to put that hook on there because at 48, everybody was still going with Florida State. Everybody at 48 was still going with Florida State.
Guess what?
When they added that hook, one person in the country put some money on North Alabama. One.
And it's not me.
And it was
60,
him. It was
60,
him.
Or was it him? 60-3. I'm taking Florida State 60-3. I'll give up at 42 and
I
a
think
half.
this might be a game where Florida State crosses the 70.
Yeah.
It might be like 77-0. I mean, this is just.
Yeah.
I don't know if Florida State's got that in them, but yeah, they're gonna.
They're at home. They're at home.
Win by about 10. Oregon at Arizona State. We didn't talk about that one yet, did we? Oregon's
We did not.
seed.
Huh?
Oregon's a 6th seed.
Yeah,
I don't know the playoff rankings where they're at, but I think this is probably
they're number 6 ranked in the country. Arizona State's not very good. I'm gonna say Oregon is a 14-point favorite.
More than that. More than that.
18 and a half.
More than that.
22 and a half.
24 and a half. You get close.
24 and a half. Guess what? This is before I even seen. I put 55-20. That's 25 points. I'll take Oregon and give up the points.
What was your score? 45-20 or 55-20?
55-20.
35 points. You said.
Well, I say that's 35 points. That's right. I'll give it up. I think they're going to beat them bad. How about you? I've seen. Look at Arizona State.
I don't know. I would never. They probably will cover that, but I wouldn't bet on it.
So you would take Arizona State here plus the points?
I would give the point. I'll give the points in my prediction. I wouldn't put any money on it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Do you have? Let's see. How about the game right here? That's on TV. We're going to be on TV later. Appalachian State JMU. Appy State.
Let's see that show. I just got the top 25 pulled up.
Man, it's getting windy here. We got.
UMass at Liberty. What are you?
Hold on for a second. I got somebody knocking on my door.
Oh, I heard. Don't know. Oh, I got Appalachian State James Madison here.
Hello.
35 points for what, Tim? Oh, well, his score, the difference? Yeah, he said 25. But yeah, that's 35, 55 to 20. What are the odds of Shohei Ohtani going to the Guardians? Any chance? I don't think he's going to leave the state of California unless it's the Yankees. But I mean, the Yankees can't really afford that. I don't think with the, well, they can probably afford it, but with the Judge deal that they did. The Cubs are supposedly not really discussing their intentions on it. So we probably have to con him into it there too. Wait a minute, what did I sign?
All right. Excuse me, Keith.
That's all right.
They strike again. They strike every week. Nothing against them, but do you believe? Yeah.
Oh.
I believe I'm going to say bye to you right now. That's right.
Yeah.
But I was nice enough to him. Appalachian State, James Madison. That's going to be the game of the week or whatever they call it, the game of the day or whatever. Wow, James Madison's undefeated, but Appalachian State's playing. I'm going to say JMU 11-point favorites.
That's pretty close, 9.5.
9.5. And I'll tell you what. I'm not going to say the ship. I'm not going to say the ship wrecks here this week. But my gosh, how do you play up? You got all these people coming in from ESPN, and this team knows that they're all out there and they're cheering it up hours ahead of time, stuff like that. Man, oh man! I tell you what, I think James Madison wins this game. 9.5. I'm not going to go that bold. I'm going to say 33-27. I'll take App State to cover 9.5 here.
I'll give the points.
So you like James Madison here.
Yeah.
All right. UMass Liberty, Chattanooga, Alabama.
Yeah, UMass 3-7.
Yeah, and this is what this. Let me tell you this one, folks. This is one that they're giving tickets away if you're local. They're actually giving tickets away. Liberty is going to maul this team. Liberty has to be at least a 3-touchdown favorite here. I'm going to say 21 points.
It's a little more than that.
Could be 28 then.
26. 26.
I do not hesitate. And when I say that, with no hesitation whatsoever, I will give up at 26 points with the understanding that probably if I go to the other room, eat me a little bit of a meal, I'll come back here and be 21-0 in the first quarter. This is going to be an absolute shellacking. You want to see 60 points, you'll probably see it right here. I'll take Liberty. Keith?
Yeah, Liberty. Here's a line I want to see. I'm just curious how close you are on this one.
Chattanooga, Alabama?
No.
Oh.
I think it's Abilene Christian at Texas A&M.
Abilene Christian is that a powerhouse out of Texas that has not beaten the Division I want to say, in 4 years. And they're playing A&M.
Yeah.
At Kyle Field. Oh, my Lord.
After firing Jimbo.
It don't matter. It don't matter. This would have been the time to let him at least show up. 43.
That's very, very close. 40.5.
40. Yeah. And guess what? They'll cover that. No problem. No problem.
They could just go out there to players without coaches and do that, you think?
L.A. Monroe. How about Louisiana Monroe? They got Ole Miss. We got
Yeah.
Tulane against Florida Atlantic, and we got Chattanooga against Alabama. I got all three of those right
How
here.
about Purdue at Northwestern?
Purdue at Northwestern. I tell you what, this is gonna be a good ball game right here. Really is gonna be a good ball game.
For the 7 people who watch it, it's going to be statement.
Anybody that lives in Illinois,
Well, yeah,
and
people out of the state of out states of Indiana and Illinois, or out
they'll
of
watch.
the country.
I'm gonna say Purdue favored maybe by 2.5 points.
Ooh, you're perfect on the points, but you got the wrong team.
Wow, Northwestern. I like Purdue in this ball game. They're at home.
Oh,
Are they going to Northwestern?
It's in Evanston.
So they're playing at Northwestern.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take Purdue in this ball game. I think they'll win straight up. I like Purdue.
I like Northwestern.
Okay.
I like Northwestern. Ooh, couple 8-2 teams. Not that anybody's really going to be too interested in this because these are unranked teams, but SMU at Memphis. Hey, these are going to be bold.
I saw the Mustangs play earlier this year against somebody. Texas Tech, maybe.
What is it? What's Memphis? The Tigers?
Uh-huh. I like SMU's. Oh, are they going to Memphis?
Yeah.
This is, my goodness, this is a line. I don't think it's going to be 5 points either way, and it may not be 1 or 2 even. 2 points favored by Memphis.
No, it's actually more than the 5.
8.
9.
9. Man, oh man, I'll tell you, Memphis, I have not seen them play, so I really don't know what they've.
That's a thing.
I haven't seen them play. But I've seen SMU play, and I thought they showed me some 9 points. I would take the 9 points and take SMU. I'm not sure they win, but I think 9 points would help me. I think it would help me cover.
Alabama home against Chattanooga. To me, looking at this number, it seems a little low. The line.
I'm sure it does. Alabama is at home. They've already won the West, I think, so they're thinking about maybe resting some players this week. I'm gonna say Alabama by 33.
Well, it's more than that, but
38.
Let me give you the over/under. Maybe that'll kind of help you.
Okay.
The over/under on this is 53.5.
53.5. So they're favored by 48 then. 46.
44.5.
44.5. You know what? We don't know Milrose even going to play much today.
That means they're
expecting that's what
4 points.
Here. They expect to only play the starters only a half of the game. They don't need this game. This game means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Other than they can't lose to hope to get into the bowl game. But other than that, they don't have to do any covering or anything. This is one I think this is one that Bama will be able to win, but I don't think they're going to nearly cover. I don't even think it's going to be that close. I mean, to covering, I'm going to say the final score 31-10. I don't think they even come close to covering. I think Chattanooga will score, and I'm not even sure.
I don't think
Alabama
that close, but
all right. So I'll take Chattanooga plus at 44.5, and you'll take.
Well, it depends on if Saban cares about covering the spread or not.
He wants to cover the spread. He tries to do it for us.
I think I'll give the points on that one.
All right. And how about Louisiana Monroe? That's at that close to where you're at, isn't it?
Yeah, against Ole Miss, is it? Yeah, they're at Ole Miss.
Could be one of the last.
UL Monroe, the 2-8.
Could be one of the last games that what's his name coaches for Ole Miss. He could be leaving. Um, you got like Ole
Kiffin?
Miss by at least 17 points here.
Lane Kiffin.
17.
That's your prediction on the spread.
Yeah. How much is it?
37.
Oh my God. I hadn't seen LA Monroe play, but you know what? I'll go 50-10, and that's 40 points. I will take Ole Miss still. Keith?
I think I would too.
Okay. So, getting to be about 11 o'clock here in the AM.
Duke at Virginia.
You know what? This could be a ball game.
Virginia's
Really
2-8.
good. Huh?
Virginia's 2-8.
But look at who they beat. They beat Miami. Wow. Shit. They beat Carolina too. They beat North Carolina too. They've lost all the little short, small teams here in the state. Duke's probably a 7-point favorite here.
3.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not sure I would take them even with giving up 3 here. The one thing I do like about Duke is they are capable of pushing teams around. Their offensive and defensive lines are that good. For that reason alone, I'll take Duke. I'll have them winning 40-30, high scoring game. I think it's going to be really high scoring. I'll take Duke to cover the 3. Keith?
Yeah, me too.
But
UCLA at USC, the rivalry.
I think Virginia's going to scare them a little bit. Do what?
UCLA at USC.
Wow. This should be a hell of a game. It really should be. UCLA's defense is decent for a Pac-12 team, but that don't mean a lot. USC's defense is Swiss cheese, yeah. But they get the best. I think they get the best offense in the Pac-12, and I'm including Washington. I think they're the best offense in the league. But man, they came unhinged when that kid started crying and stuff. I don't know. They really have. I think that they could be in trouble here. I like UCLA. Well, first off, I'll say USC's favored by 5.
5.5.
5.5. I like UCLA. I think UCLA straight up wins this game.
UCLA.
5, huh?
UCLA.
I like UCLA. Who you like here?
I'm going to go with USC. I don't know. Chip Kelly getting let go. That team might be kind of flat.
That's what I'm kind of counting on them coming out playing for their new coach. This is their first game with him.
Yeah, it could be.
It generally happens.
Well, UNLV 8-2, playing Air Force 8-2, but Air Force has lost their last 2.
Mm-hmm.
One was
and Air Force is at home.
Yeah. Was it Army or was it Army or Navy that beat them?
Army.
And then Hawaii.
They pounded them. They fucking pounded them. I mean, I want to say they beat them by like 30 points, man.
23-3. Yeah. And then Hawaii beat them 27-13.
Yeah. They beat the garbage out of them.
UNLV.
Look at the way Army plays, though. Nobody else in the country other than Navy and a couple other
UNLV stopped Hawaii 44-20.
Hawaii not very good though.
But they beat Air Force.
Oh, okay. So they should beat Air Force. I'm not going to pick them to win. Air Force, I'm going to still say is favored to win this game.
They are by 2.5.
I think they'll win a game too. At home.
Could be.
They're playing up in is it in Idaho or is it
I don't know.
Colorado? I want to say they play in Colorado.
Might be Colorado.
It's way up high anyway, and that's the one thing people say is hard to play. I've never played a football game or tried to play a basketball game or baseball or something at 3, 4, 5, 10,000 feet high. I've never done it.
How
But they
about,
say, huh?
I was going to say, how about UCF
Uh-huh.
at Texas Tech?
Bob let us know last week UCF was going to do something, and damn if they didn't. They turned loose an ass whipping. They did. I mean, they beat the living
over Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, 45-3.
Mm-hmm. They beat the living shit out of them. We were laughing about it. We were like, I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, yeah, it did too. Oklahoma State was a 2.5 point favorite in that game. Somebody felt that one. How much is UCF favored by? 8? Probably more than that.
Let's see. I scrolled away from that one.
Sorry about that.
Texas Tech is favored
By
2.5.
I like UCF. I know.
Yeah, I do too. After that game against Oklahoma State,
Yeah, I'll take
that beat Oklahoma.
Even on the road, I would take them. I would take them. Yeah.
Let's see. Boise State at Utah State, 2 5-5 teams.
Boise State's not at home. Makes a difference. I'll take Utah State in this game.
Yeah, well, Boise State's favored by 4.
I'll take Utah State in this game.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Especially you're gonna give me points. What's up, Bob? We're getting ready to get off here in just a second.
Yeah, I don't think we really need to go over anything.
Yeah. You all have a great rest of your day. Me and Keith's going to wave to you real quick, and we're going to say bye. Have a great rest of your day. And don't forget, tomorrow we will have NFL picks.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get